life. Lord, what in the world? Does nothing ever work right? I don't see a screen. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's stop this. Okay, hopefully we are finally live. Good Lord. This is what happens when you, never brush your hair. I own a brush. I just want to confirm that I do. Oh, God. It's even worse now. I do own a brush. I just never brush my hair. The last time my hair was brushed was during my last haircut. Even whenever I had long hair throughout most of my teens and into my early to mid 20s, I kept pretty long hair for the most part, and even then I really wouldn't brush it that much because, oh my God, I have that ancient aliens hairdo going on where it's all defying gravity and stuff, or maybe it's just the angle. I have no idea. But yeah, I just wanted to get on stream because I'm in a slightly good mood, and I am procrastinating a little bit because I'm letting my brain rest. Because today I finished the rest of my finals for college. That was very exciting. That was very exciting indeed. Finally finished with yet another semester. It's been over a year of college nonstop, so it's been pretty intense. I am a little burned out from college. I stopped caring about my grades as much this semester. I'm still trying to get as good as I can get, but I'm not doing reviews the way I was or as focused in it as intensely as I was, especially my first two semesters was, well, first kind of three, I guess, even though winter's not really a full semester. But whenever I started in fall of 2023, that was a very intense semester. I wanted to do absolutely the best I possibly could. A's throughout all that, perfect 4.0. Then I did winter term, which was only one class over 4 weeks, so it's still pretty intense. And it was in literature, early world literature, and literally every day I had to read an ancient story and write a short paper on it. I had to do that basically. I believe it was 5 days out of the week, every week for the full 4 weeks. I believe it was like that. I'm trying to remember exactly. I believe it was like that, or maybe some of them where it was a really long story. I might have had 2 days, but it was basically pretty much every day I had to read a full story, write a short paper on it. So that was pretty intense because it's 15 weeks of content compacted down into 4 weeks. So it was pretty intense doing that. Then I went straight into spring semester, which that one almost broke me, honestly, because I had some in-person classes, which was Monday mornings. And of course I work weekends all night. I work 24 hours, 2 all-nighters on weekends. So I would, after doing my 2 all-nighters, I would go and wait. I had to wait 2 hours or so for the class to start. So I would usually drop by Waffle House, then I'd get to college, and then I would go in and just sit in the classroom until class started. I would usually try to do my Japanese study, but every once in a while I would get a 10-20 minute nap in. But it was that semester almost broke me because I did 15 credits, which was the most I've ever done in college to that point and since that point. So that was very intense. And always the exams, there was 4 exams, because I think most classes I've had has had 4 to 5 exams, and there was 4 exams, including your midterm and your final, and you have 2 exams and on top of those usually. But for that class, the exams was always on Monday morning, so I am dead tired. I am mentally and physically spent going in and doing these exams. And needless to say, that class I ended up getting a C on, because I did so poorly in the exams. But yeah, I tried to do the best I could do, and I tried to make up for it with the homework and other assignments, written assignments, all the extra credit I could get. I tried to do that as well. So that was pretty intense. Then we went right into summer. I only did 1 class for summer. It was top 3 easiest classes I've had. It was incredibly easy. It was almost boring how easy it was. It was the fundamentals of communication, which I believe is required for basically all degrees. So that was an incredibly easy course. Now we're in the fall, and only 4 classes this time, and thankfully there's no classes for me to take this winter at my college. They're not offering anything that would count towards my degree. They're offering a few classes, but one of them I already took, and the other like two, like they don't coincide with like my degree and the requirements for it, so not able to do that. And I'm already registered for spring, so I'm looking forward to spring. But I'm really looking forward to this break. I have about 6 weeks of a break before spring semester starts, and I'm gonna spend 2 of those weeks in Japan. And like I have 3 weeks, and I'm leaving for Japan. Gonna be there for 2 weeks, and I'm gonna come back and have like a week before spring semester starts. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to it. This break's gonna be amazing, but I'm looking forward to when the spring semester opens up, because it's my final semester. I'm gonna graduate from college, then transferred to university. Still have to do my exit exam as well as graduation proposals. It's a bunch of stuff that I have to figure out. Once spring starts, I'm gonna meet with my advisor and start planning all that out. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk about, thankfully, being done with college for the semester. It's been intense, and I'm really burned out on everything. Everything just piles up and grinds you down, like college, on top of like trying to study for the JLPT, in which my last stream I was celebrating finishing that, and now I'm celebrating finishing the semester. It really sucks that all of it like coincided with like such a short time frame where all of that had to happen. But the JLPT, it's only held one time a year, so I have to go and try to do that the one time of the year whenever it happens. It's always Thanksgiving weekend, so I had to try to make that possible, and I'm glad I did that. It hurts the bank account a little bit. Driving 6 hours away to take a test, paying for a hotel for 2 nights, all your food, all your travel expenses, all of that, right at the holidays, and right as like new Japan trips coming up. So yeah. Anyway, I need to open this up. This is something I am excited about that I just got. Did I buy it? Yeah, I bought it this week. I was buying my groceries, and I haven't had Capri Sun in so many years. So I was just browsing, like looking for like snacks to get, and I saw Capri Sun, and I was just like, I don't think I've had that since I was like a teenager. Like mid to late teens is probably the last time I've had it. So like well over 10 years now, and it's still pretty good. It's not too sweet. Like it's pretty sweet, but it's not too sweet. The older I get, the less I enjoy sweets. Especially like sweet drinks, like sweet coffees, like frappes and stuff, cappuccinos. A lot of those I can't really drink those now; they're too sweet for me. I still like donuts, but not the cream-filled ones too much, and not the ones caked on with too much, I guess, icing. Don't like those either. It's just too much. I think that's something that changes as you get older. You enjoy sweets less, or maybe I'm just crazy. But yeah, I might end the stream now because I am getting hungry. I'm getting quite hungry indeed. And I might try to stream again later. So, because I did put some ramen in, and I need to go and get that. And I have a cat behind me right now that's pressing up against me. We have this cat here. Say, hey, buddy. This is my cat. It's one of the 3 strays that have shown up at my house that I've taken in over the years. But yeah, he's a very needy boy. Very needy indeed. What else was I going to talk about? What do I even have in the title? Oh yeah, planning my Japan trip before I get off here. What's the name of that place? I sent it to a friend. I was like, because I have another friend that goes to Japan, and I was like, hey, have you been to this place? It seems pretty cool because I was like watching Japanese YouTubers last night. I watch Japanese YouTubers that basically like travel the country, basically just do vlogs and stuff, and you get to watch them go and try out restaurants, eating, traveling all over Japan, daily stuff. I watched quite a few Japanese YouTubers that do those sorts of things. But the name of the place is Ikaho, uh, and it's in Gunma Prefecture, and it's basically like almost like Hakone, where it's like a hot spring town. And I looked into it, and apparently in like Gunma and like that area where this is, there is over 400 hot springs, and there's over or around like 100 onsens, and um, I might try to go there. It's like 2.5 hours bus trip outside of Tokyo, so I've looked into it. It might be possible to go, but my concern is it is slightly further north, I think. So it might be colder, and you might have problems like doing transit. So I don't want to take like a bus and then a snowstorm happens because I'm not sure how brutal the winters are in Tokyo, and that's where I'm going to be. And I at least know the trains should be running fine unless we get an absurd amount of like snow and ice, and that might hinder it some. But even then, as long as I'm like in Tokyo, if I'm within like 5 or 10 miles of my hotel, even if like the trains and the buses all stop due to the weather, um, I would be able to walk that. I would be able to walk 5 to 10 miles to get back to my hotel. But if I'm 2.5 hours away and it comes up for like we get snowed in for like 2 weeks, um, which I'm not sure if it gets that bad in Tokyo, but I know where I live in the States, there are times in the winter where you can get snowed in for weeks at a time, and there is no way out because they do not salt the roads where I live, and they do not plow them. So you can get completely stuck out here, and you have to hope that you have enough groceries. You have to go and prepare for things like that. So that's the downside to living in the woods. So I'm not sure. I need to look at the weather whenever I get there. I don't want to say for sure I'll go there, but I would like to go there because I've been to Hakone. I might actually go back to Hakone. That would be one that would I would feel more comfortable going to. There's more transit that goes there as opposed to the Gunma Prefecture or the area that I've looked at for the onsen. And I don't know. I would feel more comfortable going back to Hakone, Okayama, and definitely like Kamakura and Yokohama and stuff like that. But I do want to go to that place up in Gunma Prefecture, because I've never been to that part of Japan. So I would like to get out towards that area. And I believe Saitama is kind of over there, but a little bit further north, but not as far away from Tokyo. So I could go over to Saitama for a bit. I would feel comfortable, but the area I was looking at in Gunma, it's like there's not a lot of public transport. There's not a lot of ways to get there and back to Tokyo from what I've found just looking up briefly on like Google Maps. So there's not. It's a little scary. Possibly getting snowed in if the weather does not permit. But yeah, as far as planning out the trip, other than that, I haven't planned out too much other than just staying in the Tokyo area. There are some things that I'm considering doing. Um, like there's some megalithic structures that I've found out is over around Chiba, and I'm not sure if the public can go there. I need to look into that because that's some things that I've saw in like a YouTube video recently. They have some like big rocks and structures and stuff over there, some ancient quarries that would be pretty cool to go and visit. So that might be something I would look into. But yeah, we're probably just gonna stay mostly in Tokyo and the surrounding area is relatively close to there. Might I don't want to say I'll go to Kawaguchiko. What's this saying? Something about reconnecting. Apparently my internet is not doing well. It's not holding up well. Which whenever I do my study with me streams, it does this as well. It seems to go in and out. I really need to run a line that way I can actually connect the cable to the internet. That would probably be better. Really need to plan out the trip a little bit more at least though, because it's basically like 3 weeks away. I really haven't done too much planning. I bought a new carry-on case because I broke my last one during my last trip. Bought way too many Dojin and way too many H manga and manga and stuff in general. It was basically full of that stuff. A carry-on just full of like books, basically. So it was a very heavy bag. If they would have weighed that thing, it would have definitely been over the carry-on weight limit. So I'm glad they didn't weigh the thing. But unfortunately, whenever I got back, luckily the strap held out until I got back. Whenever I landed back in Memphis, I was able to pull it by the strap, and whenever I pulled it by the strap to get it out of the car whenever I got back home, that's when it finally broke. So I'm glad it at least lasted that long. It didn't break whenever I was pulling it out of like an overhead compartment. That could have certainly been bad if that would have happened. Need to possibly buy some more clothes. I need to see what the weather's going to be like once it gets a little bit closer, because I don't want to carry too much like thick and heavy winter type clothing and then like not have any normal clothing and completely burn up while I'm there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to see about the clothing situation as it gets closer to time to leave. What else was I going to talk about? We talked about college. We talked about Japan trip a little bit, which I might touch base on that a little bit more. I'm pretty sure there's some like festivals going on for the New Year's. I don't know if I'm gonna spend New Year's in Shinjuku or Shibuya. I need to see what's happening around those areas, but I'm probably gonna spend New Year's in one of those areas. I have found out about some like clubs and bars and stuff in Shinjuku, so that might be the play. I might try to do that. But yeah, definitely excited to spend New Year's in Tokyo. Like that's two things off my list right there just on this trip. I want to spend New Year's in Tokyo, and I wanted to spend winter in Tokyo. So again, to knock both of those off, that's pretty exciting. And I know they have a lot of winter festivals as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But anyway, I was going to talk about, I guess, productivity and just some productivity things around my desk that I think is pretty cool. This is one thing. This is a diffuser. I have two of these. I have one at my desk and one in my bedroom. This one's like a mahogany something or another. I think it's a very stern like smell, and I turn it on whenever I'm studying. It's on right now. I keep them on the lowest setting to make it last as long as possible, and that way it's not blasting me in my face being here at the desk. But I use this whenever I'm studying at my desk, and I have one in my bedroom that I turn on at night to put me in a relaxed mood for like sleep. It is like Black Lotus and Violet, and I use that because I've gotten into like aromatherapy as a productivity device to help put you in the right mindsets and keep you in a relaxed state in order to reach deep focus while studying, as well as to sleep better. So I've been using those for that. And of course I have my Pomodoro timer with my horrible kanji writing. This goes on the top like this. I want to make some videos for my other YouTube channel of like top 5 productivity devices that I recommend. This is definitely one of them. I use it whenever I study. I set it for usually either 20, 25 minutes or 50 minutes, depending on how much studying I want to get done that hour. Whenever I was deeply into like focused and like studying as much as I could during the weekdays, it would be 50 minutes. But my focus now isn't able to maintain that because fell out of it, haven't been as productive with it, so not able to really get into a deep focus flow state for like 50 minutes nonstop at the moment. Should be able to build back up to that though relatively quickly. Yeah, this is something that I definitely recommend if you're a student or if you just want to work on getting productive. Like, it's better to not have your timer on your phone, and this like visually, like you can set it and you can watch it go down and you can glance up at it and it makes sound whenever it goes off. There's the sound it makes. Yep, That's the sound it makes. And you can put this, and it really works well for study with me streams, having this, because it lets your audience know like what you're studying whenever you're doing your Pomodoro study session. You're able to have this let people know, because people are going to be commenting in the chat like, what are you studying, what are you doing, what are you doing? And it's like you cannot answer because you're in your Pomodoro, so you're not interacting with chat, and they'll be able to just look at this and see what you're studying. It's a way to engage with your audience while not being able to speak at the moment. So anyway, this is horribly written hiragana and kanji, and it's basically like Genki Benkyo, because I've been studying in Genki. Restarted Genki 1, gonna make it past chapter 5 this time, because that's the most Genki study I've ever done. Like I said in my last stream, the most amount of studying I usually, pretty much all my study has come from Anki and just doing like vocab reviews, so don't have much for actual grammar study. A lot of people do taikams, a lot of people do Minen no Nihongo, a lot of people do Genki. There's a couple of other ones that people use as well that I can't remember off the top of my head, but those are like the 3 of the main ones that people use. And since I have the Genki books, I'm just going to work through those, like gradually, like work through them. I'm going to try to work through the first Genki and maybe like around half of the second one possibly before my trip, because I'm already like N5 level, like pretty comfortably, so I should be able to grind through like Genki 1. Probably not this week, I won't have enough time to finish it, but before next week is over, I should be able to finish up Genki 1, and then going to move on to Genki 2, and I'll have like 2 weeks before my trip. I'm not going to do any grammar study while I'm in Japan this time, but I am going to take my laptop, that way I can do my Anki reviews, which will just be like vocab and sentences. But anyway, this is cool. And I also put like, depending on what topic I'm studying in like college, like I'll put like Anki, I'll put Genki, I'll put like Nihongo, I'll just put Nihongo study, Japanese study on it during like Japanese studying time. And like whatever my subject of study is for college at that moment, I'll put that on there as well whenever I'm studying that, like economics or something. Another thing you have to have if you're going to get into deep workflow and like studying, most people listen to either like rain or possibly nothing, or for me, I usually listen to like lo-fi. I'll put on like a lo-fi stream on YouTube. But even if you're not listening to anything, I highly recommend getting you some noise canceling headphones. These are the Bose Quiet Comfort 45s, I think that's the full name of them, pretty sure. And it's noise canceling, makes it very, very quiet for you. That way you can get into a deep flow state and get some deep work done. Definitely recommend getting these or something comparable. Any noise canceling headphones that are of a good quality, I recommend getting those. I also have the noise canceling earbuds, which these are like the ultra quiet comfort Bose earbuds. I'm not sure what the name of it was, but it's like the $300 and something earbuds. Definitely recommend these. I use these at work because I have to wear hearing protection, and instead of wearing hearing protection like earplugs, I just put those in, and those work even better, so I just wear those at work. Then of course the Bose, use whenever I'm studying, have those on me pretty much all the time. The next thing I'm going to recommend, a lot of people use like Notion or Google Calendar or digital stuff to like track their day and their habits and stuff. But for me, nothing beats an actual like physical book. That way you can mark the stuff off. Definitely recommend this. Don't want to share too much about what my study is, but I get this for having all 24 hours in the day. It starts at 12 a.m. and it goes until like 11:59 p.m. So it has like every hour of the day, because my schedule is so messed up because I work all-nighters. So sometimes I'm like sleeping in late, I'm starting late and working late, and sometimes I'm waking up at like 6 o'clock. So I need the 24-hour schedule, and this is the only one I've found. It's the My Day 2024 at a glance my day 2024 at a glance, I guess. Military time included, storage, pocket, interior ink bleed resistance. Definitely recommend this. This is the only like day planner I've found that fits my needs. There's probably some cheaper options if you have less demand for like all 24 hours. There are cheaper options, but this is like $40 for a day planner. So I need to get a new one soon. There's only like 25 days left in the year. Thursday's almost over, and I basically try to plan out my entire day the night before. Before I go to bed at night, I usually try to fill out everything all the way up through my relaxed time at night. I've been trying to make it better that way. I have relaxed time at night, at least like 3 or 4 hours to either watch TV, relax, just have some downtime. For the last year, going on 2 years, it's basically been a nonstop grind. And it's been from the moment I wake up until I go to bed, a lot of weeks and a lot of days. It's basically like that. So trying to get better at allowing myself some downtime instead of like burning out, because usually I go really hard for like 3 or 4 months, then I just reach a burnout and I basically stop doing my Japanese study, and everything falls apart. My working out, my study, it just falls off a cliff. I'll be really good at it, really consistent, then I just burn out and I end up taking like a month or 2 off, and that's the way it's been. But I think by allowing myself a little bit of downtime, that should circumvent and allow for me to still stay productive and stay on track as far as my consistency and habits. I have a cat right here on the desk. He's still in here. He's still in here in the way. What else? Was there anything else that I was going to say during this video? I'm not sure. Productivity, something. Yeah, I'm not sure if there was anything else I was gonna say in this one. Need to go and fix this dinner. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I need to go and eat, and I still have Japanese study to do today. What's that say in the comments? I have no idea. Notes app. I don't know about a notes app. I don't use a notes app. I use physical notebooks. Sometimes on my iPhone I'll use the notes app, but some people use like Notion. It's like a program for their computers to like plan out their days and stuff. I know some people use that, or some people will like make their own like Google document and use that as an alternative. Yeah, I have a lot of these little notebooks, and each of them tracks like a different thing. These are basically habit trackers that I use. This one was for my calories. I was using this for calories, but I did end up getting like an app to use for my calories and keeping track of like calories and protein and stuff. But yeah, I have a few of these that I use to track things. My cat is completely moving the computer. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I'll probably try to stream again next week, or I might actually try to make some videos next week. My cat's gonna knock off the computer. Anyway, I will see you guys later.